Alright, so the functions of the heart. Let's start off with the right atrium. The right atrium has a thin muscular wall. The function of it is deoxygenated blood from the whole body except the lungs enters the right atrium through the superior and inferior vena cava. When the right atrium contracts, deoxygenated blood is forced to flow into the chamber below it, namely the right ventricle. Next up is your tricuspid valve. The function of the tricuspid valve is it allows the flow of blood in only one direction, from the right atrium to the right ventricle. Now let's move on to your right ventricle, which is located below here. The function of the right ventricle is when the right ventricle contracts, deoxygenated blood is forced to flow out into the pulmonary artery to be carried to the lungs. The right ventricle also has a thin muscular wall. Now let's head on to your semilunar valves. The function of it is semilunar valves at the pulmonary artery and aorta ensure that blood flows only in one direction and not back into the ventricles. Now, the left atrium. The left atrium has a thin muscular wall too. The function of the left atrium is oxygenated blood from the lungs enters the left atrium through the pulmonary vein. When the left atrium contracts, oxygenated blood is forced to flow into the chamber below it, namely the left ventricle. Now, the bicuspid valve. The function of bicuspid valve is it allows the flow of blood in only one direction, from the left atrium to the left ventricle. Now, the left ventricle, which is located down here, has the thickest muscular wall. The function of it is when the left ventricle contracts, oxygenated blood is forced to flow out into the aorta to be carried to all parts of the body except the lungs. Now let's head on to your septum, which is the last one. The septum is the muscular wall which separates the left side of the heart from the right side of the heart. The function of it is it prevents oxygenated blood from mixing with deoxygenated blood. Now that's all for the day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.